ungrateful ambassadors.
Yes, I'm Super Miles.
Hidetoshi Yosuke.
And today, we're going to talk about Bleach.
Yes, and its return to anime.
Yes, it has. For its last arc, which was like, why not?
Yeah.
One left. Been on this long ass journey, might as well finish it.
Right, yeah. But instead, let's wait 8 fucking years to finally release it.
Don't worry about it. It's just 8 years. Who cares? Humble beginnings.
Well, let's just talk about the mixed feelings that are based around this news.
Yeah, it's a very good anime from its, beginnings.
It became trash as it continued.
Yes, it did. Because of, it's heroin.
Because of what we like to call the... I won't say every shonen does this, but a lot of them do. It's a shonen, disease where we'll have this one character who's your main character, who's established as the main character, and we'll give you a lot of other characters that seem like, okay, they're kind of also now they're side characters, but we'll establish them as they're raw as fuck, but they're side characters. And Bleach is a big victim of this. I mean, terrible victim of it. Don't get me wrong, Ichigo was that dude, at the beginning.
But so was everybody else.
Exactly. And for them to, stop focusing on everybody else and just mainly Ichigo. So there's a thing about this arc. This is why I have mixed feelings about this news. This arc does something that I was like, I can't anymore with this shit. Ichigo was already human starting out. Found out he's got soul powers. Then there's the hollow thing. Then you find out about the Fullbringer thing, which was
bullshit.
Whatever.
It wasn't real. Shit. I don't believe it. It never happened.
Right.
You can't hurt me.
But then we get into 1,000 Year Blood War arc, and now you find out
he's a Quincy
too.
Ooh,
he's everything in the fucking series.
Just pick something. Pick a race. He's part of
it. He's everything.
You forgot Vizard.
Oh, that's what the hollow thing is.
Oh, okay, my bad.
But he's literally everything in the series. To the point where it's
he's Super Saiyan too.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
It's just so much shit where you're just he was fine as who he was.
And
he's already strong enough.
Right, and then my thing is just okay, even at the beginning parts, when the Save Rukia arc, for example, okay?
One of the best arcs.
Yeah. Him beating Renji was okay, you kind of, he pretty much gave Renji the business when he first fought him. It just was, of course, the excuse back then was well, my powers are limited in the human world, so whatever. It's okay. But then he catches the hands again, and you're okay.
But also, Ichigo didn't know how to use his powers all the way.
Right. So it's if anything, it was more of an embarrassment for Renji. How you losing to a nigga that don't know how
don't
to
even
use
know how
powers?
to play.
Right. But okay, I guess all that training you've been doing is equivalent to nothing. But anyway,
he was already this close to Bankai.
Right.
So you could just imagine how raw Ichigo was using borrowed power at this point.
Right. Wasn't even his own established.
Right.
Shit
then
yet.
Once he got his own, it was he's raw. Then you get to him getting Bankai.
Oh, no. Then you got him fighting Kenpachi, who's a captain.
Right.
Who, when Ichigo first starts fighting him, he can't even cut this nigga. He's that strong. So, but
which makes me think, how strong was Ichigo at this point? Because Kenpachi, being strong as he is, he was still supposed to be at Ichigo's level. So him being at that point, his eye
patch came off at some point during the fight, which honestly at that point should have been.
It should have been over.
Ichigo should have been done. He should have been able to see him.
Because remember, this is the same dude who fought 2 captains at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? At one, like by himself.
Yep.
And you talking about at that point, you're like, all right, he was strong as shit. But then you already know who's next level. Fucking Byakuya.
Right.
He beat Byakuya, which was like, Nick.
Right.
You are up there right now. Like, there's not many people who can beat him. Maybe the Captain Commander and his best 2 captains.
Right. But this is what I'm getting at. It's like don't get me wrong. Like I said, I love that arc. That arc was amazing. But it's like,
I say that to say he didn't need no more.
Yeah. But yeah.
But the Vizard part, it was already there.
I mean, but see, even with the Vizard thing, like I was just thinking about that, and I realized I don't like the Vizard idea.
Why not?
Because of the fact that Ichigo, like, I liked the mystery behind why Ichigo had hollow powers at first, you know? And that's another thing about 1,000-Year Blood War arc that pisses me off, is you kind of get an explanation as to why it is Ichigo has all this shit. And it pissed me off because, like, when Ichigo first was, like, getting his power, like, his own power, there was that whole thing where he was going through the hollowification, but he went in reverse and his mask was forming first.
Right.
So I thought in my mind, like, when his hollow pops up when he fights Byakuya and shit, I'm thinking like, yo, so that's just the after effect of him almost turning into a hollow, and that's where that power comes from. 1,000-Year Blood War arc though throws that shit in the fucking trash.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah, no,
1,000-Year War, that one throws
that's
it
where
off.
it fucked it up.
Right, but if originally
like, okay,
it was explained.
with the Vizard thing, like, okay, we at least
the Hokyuku.
We at least find out why these other captains are Vizards. At least it wasn't the same. Like, I liked Ichigo's why he had the hollow power at first. Like, it was just, he tried to get his soul power, almost became a hollow, and then managed to keep his soul power, but he kept that bit of hollow in him. I like that. The Vizard thing, as far as the captains, you're like, okay, you find out Aizen was doing some shit, and basically all these motherfuckers just got caught up in it. And it's like, okay, I mean, I'm fine with that. But 1,000-Year Blood War arc, man, this shit, like, reading that shit pissed me off. Because it's like, you find out Ichigo, like I said, you find out he's a Quincy. But you find out Aizen created some fucking hollow experiment thing that bit his mom. And she was gonna die from the hollow thing. So his dad, using his soul reaper powers, sealed the hollow inside of her so it couldn't kill her,
That's
right?
Naruto.
So he used his soul reaper powers to seal the hollow. So you got his mom, who's a Quincy, the hollow that bit her, it's still remnants in there, and you got his dad using his soul reaper powers to block that shit off. So that's 3 things already.
That didn't have to do with any of the other Vizards.
Right. So basically, when he was conceived, all of this power that's inside of his mom just went into him. So, yeah, similar to Naruto, like, oh, yeah, I got 9 tails, I'm pregnant. Oh, hey, now my kid's got fucking whiskers, and he's gonna, have extra chocolate. Whatever. And it was just like, oh, God. So,
like, what the fuck are y'all doing right now?
Right. And then, like,
T-T, dropping the ball.
Right. And, like, I know people tried to say, well, it only happened because they were rushing him to fit. Like, bro, I don't know. Fuck that. That doesn't mean you throw out good story writing. Like, what are you, fucking D&D? Like, come on, bro. We trusted you. We trusted you. We trusted you.
It hurt my heart.
Even though, yes, the ending of Bleach happened way before the ending of Game of Thrones. It don't matter. It don't fucking matter. You did the same shit.
I think they dropped the ball at the same level.
Yeah, they did. Or like with some shit that just didn't make sense. Like, cause
and it threw away everything that was built up.
Right, because you got so the Quincy's. From the beginning, you find out, the Quincy's got
they were trash.
They were trash. They got beat by the Soul Reapers. Blah blah blah. So we're just like, okay.
They claimed they was powerful. It was like, nah, y'all got wiped out.
Right. So we was like, okay, so Quincy's whatever. But so what does 1,000-Year Blood War arc do? We bring the Quincy's back. They've been hiding out. And they come back here with some new fucking power to take Bankais away. And use them against their fucking wielders.
what am I gonna do? He knows my Bankai.
And all of these fucking Soul Reapers are acting like, I don't have a fucking Shikai. Use your Shikai, bitch. Like, you didn't need your Bankai unless the motherfucker was at a level where you absolutely needed your Bankai. Mm-hmm. But you gonna sit here and tell me all the Soul Reapers just are useless now because they, my Bankai's gone. Like, yeah, but your whole Zanpakuto isn't. Just your Bankai.
Guess whose Bankai wasn't gone and he lost? Captain Commander. The realest nigga.
We finally get to see his fucking Bankai.
Yes, this nigga's Bankai. You know why we didn't see his Bankai? Because
it was
Bankai
too goddamn
is
powerful.
so fucking strong that this nigga is like evaporating all the moisture in the air.
Right.
And he's killing his own comrades. So he's like, I can't use my Bankai.
I can't just use the shit, you know, like it's risky.
If I do it, it's gotta be boom right here, right then and there. This nigga kills the dude. Well, he don't kill him. He didn't even
kill him.
He fights the dude, loses to a nigga who's supposed to be Juhabak. But in actuality, it's just a dude taking his form.
Has his form.
Not even his power.
Yeah,
his
he
form.
beat him, not like killed him. He just like hit him with something, and he's like, and he's like laid out. But he didn't kill him. And then the real fucking Yuha shows up and just one shots this nigga. Just one shots Captain Commander like he's not fucking Captain Commander. And you're like,
what is this?
What?
What are we?
Captain Commander?
Or what are we reading?
Just got what?
Yeah.
So at that point, I'm thinking, well, who the fuck is gonna beat him? Because it's Captain Commander. Like, you know, like.
Well.
So Ichigo shows up.
Yeah.
And tries to fight him. And.
Fails miserably.
Right. Dude throws him on the ground. Goes to stab him in the neck. With his own sword, mind you. And his sword breaks on his neck. And you see these veins in his neck. That is like a symbolism of like these Quincy's. These Quincy's have some type of armament. Like, we'll go with One Piece. They got some armament hockey shit, basically, that they can put in to make their skin tough. And Ichigo just awakens it out of nowhere. And breaks the sword. And Yuha like, you're a Quincy too. You're one of my children. So he leaves him alone. And Ichigo's like, my Zanpakuto. Like, well, okay, I guess we gotta fucking, I don't know, we gotta get it fixed or something. I don't fucking know.
How many times we gotta go through this shit? Him losing his powers, losing his sword, all this shit. It's been done like 3-4 times.
Like it's recycled.
Right.
The whole fucking series is just recycled.
Right. And so then he finally goes to see the Zero Squad.
Who, by the way, Zero Squad, they're handpicked by like the Soul King as like the best.
Above the
right, like, the best of the best in Soul Society get brought to protect the Soul King.
Right.
The best of the best. Yeah. They're better than basically any of the captains in Soul Society current.
Right. And only one of them even does anything.
Right.
The rest of them, trash.
Out. Smacked. Didn't even do shit. Just, he was like,
but
why do we even bring up Squad Zero?
But Byakuya, who got revived, fucking Hitsugaya, who finally his last pedal broke, and now it's like, I didn't say I lose my power, I just become my full self. So then why the fuck are you limiting yourself in the first place? When all this real shit was going on, when Aizen came and was attacking, and you need to be at your best.
I make myself look like a kid because reasons.
None.
Like,
and fucking Renji with his power getting his sword back, and Ichigo finally getting his sword back, which he in turn gets 2 swords.
Yeah, he dual blades,
which is not like, something you can just do out of nowhere.
Right? Like I was like, he has no training with dual wielding swords,
but he got it.
Right.
He got it. And now all of a sudden they're like the strongest 4 in all of fucking Soul Society. And
like we are fine, I'll give you that. But
that amounts to nothing.
Right.
It amounts to nothing, and Ichigo has to do something. He has to do something extreme. He goes to get Aizen and break him out.
Right.
He breaks Aizen out, and he's like, yo, I need your help. Aizen like, yo, I'm immortal. I'm a real ass nigga.
Well,
so
I don't give a
fuck.
fuck. Why should I care?
I'm stuck in this chair, and I'm still realer than most of these motherfuckers out here. So, what you want to do? And then it gets towards the end where everybody else fights and loses. Nothing really matters. And then it gets to the end where it's Juhabak versus Ichigo with Aizen's help.
Right. By the way, Aizen does something to kind of like sacrifice himself. Not really because he's immortal, so it didn't matter.
Right, but he does his thing where he like trick you.
In the way.
He tricks you to where you're like, oh, I think you're over here, but no, it's not. It's not Ichigo. It's me, Aizen.
Right, it's me. Immortal. Deal. Like no.
Right.
Oh, by the way, forgot to mention. By this time, Yuhabak had killed the Soul King and absorbed his power
with no resistance at all.
Right, like the Soul King just opened his eyes and watched him kill him. Which you're like, it was your whole goal just to be encased inside of a crystal? Like, I don't even understand the point. Like, at least the Omni King and fucking Super comes and erases an entire universe. And you're like,
the Soul King was pointless. I don't even know what he was about.
Yeah, like
it was just like, hey, the Soul King, the one that Aizen was going after, who he said he needed his power. Yeah, now Juhabak wants his power. It's the same fucking thing.
Oh, okay, so we're doing that again.
Right, and he got it.
Except, this guy actually succeeds.
Right, which I don't see how Aizen failed.
And then I'm confused. Like, did they, replace the Soul King after they kill Juhabak? I don't know if they did.
No.
Yeah.
Ichigo kills him by stabbing him once.
One fucking time. Getting smacked the whole fight. Not just baby shook like a motherfucker. Whole fight. Try to step to your grandpa. Because that's who Yuhabak is, by the way. Yeah. His grandfather.
Ichigo's connected.
Yeah. Remember Zangetsu? Why it looked like some old dude? Yeah, that whole time Zangetsu was just the form of Yuhabak when he was younger. But once his sword broke and he had to awaken his power again, now he sees what Zangetsu really looks like.
So this is coming back. They're trying to do this in animated form. They're trying to, I don't know. This needs to be done, I guess.
Yeah, for all those people that, hey, if you've been missing Bleach for the last 8 years, well, don't worry. We're bringing it back in anime. In case you needed to see that arc animated.
Maybe because Boruto is so shitty.
Maybe he is. Maybe that's why.
Boruto is so shitty that Boruto had to go back in time.
Right. to make Boruto relevant again.
He had to go back.
They went back in time to Naruto being a kid. To basically, not only that, I don't know if you saw the episode or not, but basically they just did.
Stop right there.
Did you see it?
Stop right there.
Did you see it?
Do I look like I watch Boruto?
I'm just asking, did you see the clips of it?
You know I don't watch shit.
Okay, well.
It's all over YouTube, but I don't watch it.
I've seen the clip of it. And that, literally, the time, I can't say time skip, time reverse, them going back in time to when Naruto was younger, was basically Boruto the movie again, but just this time with Boruto and a young Naruto. It literally, frame by frame, except for maybe a few parts in the fighting, was the same fucking fight. But I digress. Boruto,
Bleach. It's over. Stop
right.
it.
He doesn't need to come back.
It's over.
You know what I would have been excited for, even if I know now why it didn't come back. If they were like, hey, we're bringing High School of the Dead back, I'd be like, nigga, let's go. If they said that,
bring it back.
I'd be hyped.
Talk to whoever you got to.
I found out why they stopped, because the guy who originally created the writer or whatever, he was real sick at first. That's why they did that 1 year hiatus. Then they came back again for another one 2 years later. But then he had passed away, and the guy who did the drawing and stuff for the characters, he said he didn't leave he didn't leave no cliff notes, no passage, no nothing. So they didn't know where to go with it. And he said he didn't want to, dishonor him by trying to continue. So he just left it alone. Which I'm like, okay, I respect that. But,
you could try.
Right, just a little bit.
Just for us.
Because High School of the Dead was the anime Walking Dead, yo. It was fire. It was so great. Sure, there was fan service in it, but So like, what anime doesn't like?
That's my problem with Beelzebub like ending early, because Beelzebub ended in the last arc, and it was all a lead up into that arc. Like everything beforehand, like it starts off like it's just joke. Like he's clearly strong enough, like he has powers and stuff, so he'll fight some people, but it progressively gets like more intense as it goes along.
Right.
And so then when you get to the last arc, they start in the last arc, but then they don't finish it. Like it stops short. Yeah. And you like, bro, what the fuck? Like you got like maybe 10 episodes left. Like it's that close to being like over, like complete. And they stopped and they did it early. I'm like, why did you stop this shit?
Right.
Another show, fucking History Strong's Disciple. Why the fuck did you stop that shit?
Stopped. Yeah, like that could have kept going.
Son,
I don't understand why that stopped.
And that's like halfway. That's like the beginning. And
that was
like,
the beginning of him being raw as fuck. And then after that, it was just a continuation of him being raw as fuck. And like, you know, seeing him just more skills, just like, yeah, sure, they kind of did like OVAs and shit, but it was like, but that's not what I want. Did it, you know, like you could have just continued where the manga was going. I mean, for like the manga finished.
Yeah.
Like you can keep going. Like that is really all anime is. It's just animating a manga. You got the manga, you got the material to continue. You know,
it's the story's right here.
Right,
it's already pretty much made.
Right, you have the story. Just animate it. What's hard about that? You know, it's not like freaking coming up with the rest of Game of Thrones because the books ain't out. And yes, I will continue to reference that shit because fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's my point. It's like when you have the material, I don't understand. It's like this is why we got these big gripes with live action versions of anime. Like, bro, you have the entire source material. Just live action that shit.
Right.
Like, why do you feel the need to like? Oh, well, we're gonna kind of change this. No,
they never kind of change.
Right, anything. Like you fuck up everything.
Right.
Like you didn't see Last Airbender, right?
I did. I turned it the fuck off.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. You didn't watch
that was before
Avatar.
I watched
right,
Avatar.
He didn't watch Avatar.
If I would have watched Avatar and then watched the movie,
trust me. That's why I walked out of that movie theater so goddamn mad.
Man,
and like he just recently watched the actual Avatar: The Last Airbender, which
A1,
was
nigga.
right.
A1.
Which I was like, when he told me, I was like, damn, nigga, it took you a while, but
And when I did, it was straight through. Son.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, but then Last Airbender came out, and I was like, bro, why are you fucking up so much stuff? That's what I'm saying. Like, you saw the episode with all the Earthbenders on the metal ship. Yeah. So take that part.
All right, we gotta find some ground shit that we can move, some earth.
But take it where all they did was get sealed up behind a fence. They're still on Earth,
nigga. They're
with their families.
They're in dirt, nigga. They're
right.
They're straight up, just like out in the open.
And my thing is,
all this shit around them, they can bend.
Right.
Like,
and
metal
my
bending
thing
came
is
later.
Like freaking all the the Earthbenders in the show. Like one Earthbender is a problem. Yeah. A squad of Earthbenders, nigga, that's an army. Right. You get 5 Earthbenders rolling together, yeah, it's gonna be a hard time. They got nothing but entire tribes of Earthbenders behind a metal fence with nothing but earth around them. It took 3 niggas to move 1 boulder. And slowly in the movie, I was like, I don't know if this is an animation issue or if this motherfucker doesn't know shit about like the show. Because I was like,
it should have been a rap.
What?
They should have been in captivity.
The firebenders can't bend fire from nothing. They need fire to bend fire. In the movie. Legit. And this was a scene. This was a scene. If you haven't seen the movie, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. When Zuko goes to fight, when they were trying to get the moon spirit, Zuko goes to fight Katara. Right? Now remember what I said. The firebenders cannot, in this movie, they cannot bend fire from nothing. They need a source. There is a lamp, like fucking torch, on the wall. He walks into the room, grabs the torch, puts the fire on the ground, and begins to fight Katara. And I was like, first of all, bitch, why did you let him do that? Like, you could have just been like, and put that out. He would have nothing at that point. Nothing. He would have nothing to fight her with. And he would just get bodied. But they gave him time to put not only did he put the torch on the ground, but it was more fire than what was in the torch that he put on the ground. But once again, if you could just big wave, blast all that shit, put that fire out, he still has nothing.
Getting off track.
But I know, I'm sorry, but at the end, my point is,
Bleach fucked up.
Bleach fucked up. And
this 1,000-year blood arc is something that we didn't need. I mean, it's fine. It's like if you already got it.
Bleach had multiple times when I feel like you could have stopped.
But I'm not. All right, we're not excited. We don't give a shit. No. We've already read it, and it's not much that they can do to change the outcome.
Like I can't think of a single fight in that arc that I'm like, oh, I want to at least see that animated. Other than maybe Kenpachi fighting Unohana, because you find out she was the original Kenpachi.
Right.
But even then, like that fight wasn't really a fight. She was just kind of beating his ass and bringing him back to life, and beating his ass and bringing him back to life so he could finally kill her.
Which was also stupid.
Right, which is like
you can't get your Bankai until you kill me.
Right, but I'm like, if you're stronger than him, why don't you just go fight? You could go fight, and he could fight with you, and y'all just body niggas together.
And that shorty is his sword the whole time.
Right, fucking Yachido is his sword.
Sure, but he met her one day. Remember?
Right, like
we forgot about that. Did we just
throw that out?
We threw everything out.
Like what the fuck? I don't know, man. Like, and they tried. Everybody just keeps trying to say like, oh, well, he got rust. So okay, but you don't forget your like material. Like, you established this universe. This is your universe, and now you're fucking it up. And I don't even understand how. The fans are telling you that you're fucking up your own universe. How does that happen? Like, what kind of weird fucking Twilight Zone shit are we in?
Go rewatch Yu Yu Hakusho.
Right, basically, just rewatch Yu Yu Hakusho.
Don't whatever. Fuck Bleach. At this point, so the latter end.
So, in conclusion,
yeah.
For those of you that have read 1,000-Year Blood War arc, are you excited for it to come back? Do you even care?
No.
For those of you that haven't read it and only watched Bleach just only watched the anime, are you excited about it coming back? I mean, most of y'all now are.
I'm sure they are, because they don't know.
Right, they don't know that it was trash.
Even by now, you should just be like, Bleach.
And let's do a pre-review score, post-review score. So before Blood War arc, what would you give Bleach, the series as a whole? So, having asked that question, I want you to put in the comments down below, what would you have rated it before 1,000-Year Blood War arc? For those of you that have read it, what would you give it after? And for those of you that are going to wait for the anime to come out,
come back.
Right, right.
Tell us all about it.
Right, tell us how good it is, because we're probably not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch it.
Maybe.
I'm not going to watch it.
I'll watch it on YouTube.
If I watch it, hey, I'll see clips of it. Yeah. It'll be clips of it on YouTube. I might see those.
Because I already read it, so
but I'm not right. But I'm not going to. Like, I might want to see Captain Commander's manga animated.
I mean, it's not much difference.
That's about it. That's about it.
It's not a big difference.
Right.
It's just,
like, unless they about to get, like, some top-class animators to do these fights and add extra shit to the fights.
Still won't matter.
The story's still going to be trash, so whatever.
Yeah. So, tragic story of Bleach.
The rise and fall of a great,
potentially great,
right, series.
It's just good at the end of the day. Yeah. Music's still undefeated.
No. The openings.
Don't forget
the
that.
openings and endings.
Don't
top
it.
tier. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Naruto, none of that shit was fucking with it. The Bleach openings. Nah.
Naruto's were good.
Yeah, but
no, they're not fucking.
okay.
Bleach is the best of all.
Yeah.
So
right.
yeah, Naruto's were good, but no, they weren't better. But to say
even the
came
first
off like yo,
even the first Bleach opening to this day, I still would put higher than like a lot of openings, yo. Like the fucking Japanese rap in there, dope. Like, just, oh my god, I got it playing in my head right now.
Of course,
amazing.
I know them all, so
And then there's the music in the show. Like nothing can be explained. Fucking ooh. Right. I can't even think of it. Anytime the sad music would come,
right?
Like,
when he's watching this girl get taken away from him,
right? Like,
his real girl. Fuck Orihime. We out. Fuck her. I'm Super Miles.
I'm Hide Toshiosuke.
And fuck Bleach.
And Orihime.